Welcome to Switched On Schoolhouse Trigonometry. In this half-credit advanced math elective, your students will study units that cover topics like right triangle trigonometry, analytic trigonometry, trigonometric applications, polar coordinates, and much more. Many of Alpha Omega's computer-based high school courses include semester reviews and examinations. The review lesson provides a focused review of lesson content, helping students to prepare for semester and final exams. Alternate semester and final exams are also available. Now let's take a look at a trigonometry lesson to see how concepts like these are covered. In a unit entitled Graphing and Inverse Functions, let's look at a lesson called Inverse Reciprocal Functions. Most lessons begin with a brief introduction and a list of goals or objectives for the lesson. These objectives help students stay focused on important lesson content and provide parents with an effective way to measure mastery of lesson content. The objectives for this lesson are evaluate expressions containing inverse reciprocal trig functions and identify the graphs of the inverse reciprocal trig functions. At the beginning of most lessons, students will also encounter a list of vocabulary words that will be used throughout the lesson. We've included review and reinforcement activities to encourage mastery of these important words. For example, students can hear the correct pronunciation of each word.
Inverse.
A Vocabulary Games Arcade provides additional practice designed to help students to learn the spelling and definitions for the vocabulary from the lesson. Flashcards provides a fun way for students to review the definitions for the vocabulary words. Here's a sample. After this introductory material, your student moves independently through the lesson, reading the text-based instruction and utilizing the multimedia features that have been provided. Web-enabled links allow students and parents to safely use the Internet to locate carefully chosen supplements to course content. In this information box, your student can click on the Inverse Functions link to visit a website that explains more about this topic. Math can be a difficult subject to teach, but Alpha Omega's computer-based math courses provide text-based instruction interspersed with multimedia examples of difficult-to-grasp skills to assist students in meeting the academic needs of even their most math-challenged students. A variety of audio-visual presentations, including videos, slideshows, and animations, provide reinforcement of lesson content. Animations like this one can help your student understand how to use their calculator to solve a problem.
Since there is not a cosecant key on the calculator, we must first reciprocate the square root of 2 in order to find the sign. Now we can take the inverse sign to get the angle measure. Note that we were working in degree mode, so the answer is 45 degrees.
Plenty of examples and solutions provide thorough instruction in the application of math concepts. Colorful diagrams and graphs help to illustrate the concepts covered in the lesson. At the end of the lesson, your student is presented with a series of questions that provide a review of lesson content. If the lesson contains multiple sections, after completing section 1, the student continues to the next section, reading the text-based instruction and answering the remaining questions. Questions are presented in a variety of formats. Answers are automatically saved as the student works through the questions, with 85 to 90% of student work being graded immediately by the program. A student is given the opportunity to reattempt questions that were answered incorrectly the first time through the lesson. The lesson is complete when the student has answered all questions correctly or has exhausted his allowed attempts.